And then in terms of Matt Nicholson and his new Grindelwald, I wasn't upset with his performance. He's pretty chilling. He, to me, looks more like what an actual villain is supposed to feel like.
I do think that is true.
You know what I mean? Like
I do 100% think that is true.
But I wouldn't have been mad. I wasn't mad at Johnny's interpretation of that also, because he had like a more flamboyant kind of like overall presence, and I fucked with that too. So I'm not necessarily that mad at it, but in terms of the Johnny Depp thing, in the continuity, yeah, I agree with Brie. I think they should have at least mentioned something to where they can at least bring it back and to, be able to like play with words and like create a little bit of like doorway, so it doesn't seem like too abrupt and like an elephant in the room. Yeah. But I mean, it is what it is. I in terms of that, in terms of the movie, I hope it does well, and I hope that they keep going, because that movie is surrounded by a lot of controversy. Yeah. And it's a little bit disheartening, because I just want them to finish the fucking the 5-part series.
Is Johnny Depp the only kind of controversy there?
It's Johnny. It's Ezra Miller went to jail because he threatened to kill somebody, I think, something like that. The guy who plays Credence in the movie, he's also the Flash. He was in a karaoke bar in Hawaii, and somebody didn't like. Somebody said something, and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna kill you."
Trying to kill somebody. Oh yeah. Yes, I just saw that.
So
that's insane.
And then you have J.K. Rowling and all her trans controversy for the past for the past 2 years.
But this, my thing with that is, it's like, I'm not entirely sure how we're making J.K. money right now with like how that works.
She gets residuals and royalties.
I'm sure, yeah. So, which I don't know too much about it. Yeah, I don't know enough to talk about.
That's probably going to be a more in-depth conversation, because it's going to last a long time for another time. But in terms of the Johnny Depp thing, I am very curious because.
Yeah, I really like him.
Yeah, he's the Flash and stuff. Yeah, let's finish this off, and then we'll go.
He came out in Perks of Being a Wallflower, I remember. I really like him.
Wait, appears to choke woman in video. What? Jesus. What? So he choked a woman in a bar.
No, this is a different one.
You sure?
This is in Iceland, and the one I'm talking about is in Hawaii.
Oh, okay, let's see.
Yeah, see, Ezra Miller arrested on Oscar Sundays at a karaoke bar in Hawaii.
So homeboy's been about that kind of life. Interesting. I don't think there's probably a video of it, is there?
No, there's no video there.
After altercation at bar led to harassment and disorderly conduct charges.
Oh.
A temporary restraining order.
Stole their stuff. That's ghetto behavior, sweetie.
Yeah. When you got money, you gotta fight your ghetto instincts.
You really
do. You can still eat ramen and shit. You can still eat Maruchan, but you can't be acting like that.
You can put it in the microwave if you want, but
not, you can't be.
Don't be acting.
Yeah, there's certain behavior. When you're rich, there's certain behaviors that are acceptable, and there's certain behaviors that are not acceptable.
Acting crazy for paparazzi and shit like that. Like,
that's not acceptable. You can't, because you gotta guard your money.
Pulling like Britney Spears moves and like Amanda Bynes kind of situation.
Yeah, you gotta tone it down.
It's just whatever, but like.
Or like Will Smith at the Oscars, you gotta tone it down. You gotta restrain yourself. You know what I mean? You can still eat like rice and tuna, but you can't be.
You choose some tuna and mayo.
You can still eat some applesauce sandwiches, but you can't be showing up
applesauce sandwiches.
You ain't never had applesauce sandwiches?
What the fuck's wrong with you? Why?
Because we're poor.
What?
Because we ain't got nothing but bread. You always got bread. When you get the WIC, they gave you hella bread.
They did give you hella bread.
And they gave you applesauce for no reason. Even if you're 9 years old, they used to give you applesauce whenever you're a baby. When you get the WIC, I was like, that makes sense, because like you can't chew on anything, so you just get a little applesauce, But then they keep giving it to you even after you're 8 or 9 years old. I'm like, what the fuck
I need nutrition. Not some fucking applesauce.
So you used to eat
applesauce sandwiches.
I really want to know what poor behaviors you keep on with your life. Like you
in my life right now?
You specifically, because you are a 30-year-old man now that has successfully done a lot of things
Okay.
That it does not warrant you to be a poor person by all means of the imagination.
I still got poor tendencies.
I know, and I would really like to know what they are because I got poor tendencies, but I live in the duplex. So like it's still slightly warranted for me to be a little.
Yeah, there would be no reason for me to continue acting that way except I can't help it in some
creature of
some
nature.
Okay, so what are like the three
Creature of
things?
habit.
That's the top 3 things that you do that you're like, these are some poor tendencies, and you're just like can't get over them, and they will never.
Well, in terms of diet, I'm not big on. I don't tend to like revolve my life around food and when I eat. So like I will eat. If I'm like busy doing shit, I will eat the bare minimum. Like I will have like peanut butter and jellies stocked up and like, and I'll just be like, oh, I gotta go. I gotta be somewhere in 30 minutes. Like, let me just peanut butter and jelly this bitch. And then just like, and then I'll eat again like in another like 8 hours or something like that. Like I won't, and I guess that could be, I got, there's always peanut butter and jelly. So in terms of diet, there's some stuff like that. Like I like tuna and rice. Just like open up the tuna, get some rice, and just like eat the tuna and rice.
Okay.
When I lived at the duplex, I had like a schedule every day of the week. I had like places in town that had like specials. Like on Mondays,
which your wings.
Yeah, like on Mondays there was a place that had like 35-cent wings, so I'd only spend like $3.50 on some wings. And then on Tuesdays there was a place that sold $10 rotisserie chickens. So then I like good rotisserie chicken. So then I'd get that and I eat for 2 days. And then on Thursdays,
you used to eat lots of rotisserie chicken when you lived in the apartment. Actually, now that I think about it.
And then like on Thursdays, I'd go get like fried rice from Kin Sun, and that'll last me a good. You know what I mean? And if I wanted to splurge, I'd go get a bucket of chicken from like Churches or KFC or Popeyes or something, and that would last me a good minute too. Because I wasn't necessarily trying to eat like big meals or anything like that. So that's kind of like a poor tendency, I haven't bought new clothes in a very long time.
Yeah, Mom was really judging you on that during your birthday. I didn't know this information, and she was like, "Your brother has not bought any clothes for the last couple of years." I was like,
"I haven't."
My question for her was like, "How do you even know that?" And she's like, "Don't you ever just see him?
I'm always wearing the same shit."
He's wearing the exact same thing.
And she criticizes me for it too, because I have clothes. I have clothes in there that I haven't worn in a very long time. And she's like, "Why don't you wear this?" And I'm like, "Oh, no."
Okay, but here's my thing. I do not criticize you for not buying new clothes or anything. I criticize you for the fact that you have so much. You have so much clothes. You have so many pairs of shoes. Like I organized the closet and like organized the shoes to try to make more space. And why do you have a pair of shoes covered in hair?
The brown ones?
Hair shoes.
First of all, don't be judging my shoe. I have collectibles.
You look like Bigfoot.
I have collectibles in there.
The Pumas with the gold lettering that says Puma, and they're brown, and they have the little
hair.
Hair. Those are one of them. Yeah. Those are Adidas. But there's some other Pumas that have like low like that. They're Puma suedes that have like the little tiger fur. I know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about too. I remember
but regardless, all of that stuff, and you wear a total of 3 shirts, like 5 different pairs of pants, and 2 pairs of shoes that you just rotate between. So why do you have all of it?
Juan had more of a tendency of being flamboyant whenever he was breakdancing. Because when y'all would breakdance, I distinctly remember it being like a really...
Image was a big deal.
It was like a very like cultural thing for you to be wearing like the newest fully red Pumas or the newest fucking leopard looking ones or whatever the hell. You have like a whole bunch of... I remember you have the tiger ones. I remember you have these like purple...
Man,
like
I still have them up there. I've got like 3 Yo MTV Raps that I'm like, man, this is my pride and joy right now.
Before he left, or when you were moving out, you had left, or he had left literally all of your shoes. You had left every bit of your shoes in the room. And because I was moving up there, Mom was like, start taking out all his shoes. Bro, you had like a good amount. You had probably about almost 100 pairs of shoes.
Close to
it. At the time, and this was a good like almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine the amount of shoes you've collected since then.
I've thrown a lot away, actually.
I know you've thrown a lot of them away because a lot of them were like...
But like I wear my shit out.
You do. You wear them. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of them were like.
Like I had to throw away some Air Max 90s that I really liked the other day because the whole fucking shit fell off. For real. I was at work like, yo, this is wild. And my whole shit was flapping about. So that's a poor tendency, I guess.
Really at your job.
Yeah.
With your shoes looking like that.
Dusty as hell. Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Them people like that.
For real. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm not like big superficial like that. Like I could have bought a super nice car a long time ago and like shown up places and like. Nah, I got a little hoopty. And I don't be paying attention to it either. Like
honestly, I don't know why that car still works because it should not.
Because that car believes in me. Because that car believes in me the way I believe in her.
Wait. Is that the first car that you ever like bought yourself?
No, I paid for a white car for my parents, and then that got totaled. And then I paid for another white car. It was a salvage car. I helped my then ex-girlfriend at the time, and then she crashed it.
Okay, but that wasn't for you though. I'm saying like for you to.
No, but it was like for.
So
it
like
was for us.
the car that they bought from selling a property.
Okay.